What's up, guys? I just got out of the movie theater. Me and Big Fella, we just watched Red One, and in my opinion, it's not bad. It's not perfect, but then again, like, there aren't a lot of perfect Christmas movies. I mean, Claus and Grinch, those are perfect ones. But, like, I think this falls in the category of, like, Violent Night,
Toned down.
yeah, maybe even Christmas Chronicles, but then again, Christmas Chronicles, that's more like, I'm not really, like, it's not my thing. I know it's, like, got a cult following, but it's just not my thing. Let's see, what other movies?
Arthur Christmas?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Arthur Christmas. I guess Terrifier 3, too. I guess that qualifies as a Christmas movie. So, in terms of actors, I was skeptical at first because, I do like Chris Evans and Dwayne Johnson, but I mostly see them in, like, Marvel, Disney, Fast and Furious movies, and so I was very kind of scared going into this movie, thinking they were going to be, like, Chris Evans was basically just going to be, like, his Captain America, persona, I guess, and then Dwayne Johnson's just going to be, like, I guess stereotypical
Musclehead.
Yeah, musclehead agent, kind of like how he was in Red Notice and in the Fast and Furious movies, like I mentioned. But he is kind of like the muscle in this movie, but I do think there's a little bit more in depth with this character. Like he did want to go into retirement, and he was losing kind of hope in humanity. Well, not hope in humanity, but he couldn't take the job anymore because he was just seeing all the naughtiness in people. And Chris Evans is really good at just being, like, a normal guy who knows a little bit about action, but, like, is mostly just, like, just kind of like a deadbeat and, like, you know, has a failing relationship with his son, which over the movie he kind of resolves. The Witch, anyway, the actress for The Witch, her acting was not my favorite. I don't know why.
A little bit plain.
Yeah.
Like stale almost.
And same thing with, like, I don't know the mythology well of her character, but she was not really, like, a whole memorable character compared to, like, Krampus, who was probably, like, the best part of the movie. But her, like, final form was pretty cool. J.K. Simmons, I do love as Santa Claus, especially what I mentioned previously, Klaus. But he was very underused in this movie, which I kind of get because he was kidnapped, but, like, he just spends 90% of the movie in a chair. Back to Chris Evans and Dwayne Johnson. So, like I said, I was scared about seeing them in this role, but now I'm kind of glad that now, if this movie does okay, they're probably going to get more diverse roles, even if it's, like, action roles. Because right now I think people just see them as, well, Captain America and not just Fast and Furious, but also Jumanji. Maybe Maui. Especially because Moana 2 is coming out. The set pieces and the props were pretty cool. The action was pretty cool. The technology that they use at the North Pole, especially at the end when he's delivering the presents, kind of reminds me of Polar Express. You know, it's a combination of modern technology, old technology, steampunk. Quickly back to casting. The most distracting part was Nick Kroll, who is alright as a comedian, but he should not have been in the movie because it's, like, very distracting, especially at the part where he gets possessed by the witch, and he uses, like, 100% of his facial animation, and he sounds like Adam Sandler. And it's, like, it's hard to take this evil monologue seriously when, like, it's also kind of being played off as a joke. The other villains, like the Snowman, I really like. And I do kind of like the villain's motive, though. A couple of jokes were fine, nothing too cringy. Overall, just like a fun PG-13 movie to watch with your family or with friends. I think if you watch it by yourself, you might get kind of bored. But like with a family or friend, at first I thought it was going to be a fun bad movie. It's just kind of like a fun movie to put on. Like I said, Polar Express, Violent Night, even Terrifier 3. Do you have any comments, big fella?
All I can say is that this is a good popcorn movie, not meant to be taken too seriously. It's just fun. Like, if you see this with your mom or your family, they'd probably enjoy this. But yeah, I will say that Nick Kroll was very distracting, but the fact that him getting possessed and like using his facial animations and sounding like Adam Sandler was very entertaining. It was a little stupid, but I thought it was fun. So yeah, that's what I have to say.
Would you give it a rating?
Okay, based on like my personal experience, if any of you have seen my channel, I would definitely give this movie a yay. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a fun movie, and that's the point of going to the movies, if you have fun with it.
Yeah, I have been thinking of that more lately. Is that as long as you're having fun, it doesn't matter if it's a good or bad movie, as long as you're having fun. But if I were to be a critic, I would probably give it in between a 6 and a 7. But then again, don't let that rating keep you from watching this movie. It's a alright movie if you want to go see it with your family and friends. I'm gonna give this a thumbs up too.